What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike. I'm a full-time media seller. I go around to thrift stores, do bulk buys off Craigslist, Facebook, library connections, all that fun stuff. I make a full-time income selling it all on Amazon and a little tiny bit on eBay. It is Monday. You guys are used to me being at my storage unit for kind of our Monday chit-chats, but today I'm in my rental car. So for those that don't know, we were in an accident last Tuesday. I'll pop some pictures up here. So the car had to go to the collision center. It took a week for the other insurance company to accept liability. So today I got myself into a rental car at least. So life is a little bit back to normal, but it has been weird, you know, not having a vehicle for a week. But that's all right. Everybody's fine. Deb had a little bit of whiplash, but everybody's okay. The other person driving was okay as well. Life happens, right? It's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So what are you gonna do? Anyways, today's topic is, we talked about this on the weekly Zoom call. It also comes up a lot in the Discord that we have, our private Discord. Is like, what software should people use? There's a million different Amazon softwares out there, and it always comes up. So we're going to cover that here shortly. If you're interested in, you know, hanging out on Zoom, you know, once a week with me and probably close to 25 other people that sell media, join the channel. It's $2.99. We got the private Discord and the weekly Zoom calls and the 2 monthly eBay calls, all for $3, cheaper than a Happy Meal. Anyways, let's get into the topic. Let's go. All right, I have a list written down of all the softwares that you have to use or you're gonna fail. All right, get out your pen and paper, everybody, because if you don't use these specific softwares, that's it for you and your business. All right, I'm gonna flip this piece of paper over right now. I'm only going to show it for like 3 seconds, so you better be quick. No pause in the video either. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. There is no specific software you need to use to be successful selling on Amazon. Oh my God, it drives me nuts. It's like, Mike, what software should I use? All right, I can steer you in the right direction, right? But me and you watching right now, you know, we have different business models. We have different, you know, different things going on within the business. So for me to say the specific software I use is going to fit your business, it's kind of almost, I don't know. I think it's a little kind of scammy to say like, oh, you got to use this software or you're not going to make it. Like, personally for me, how many Amazon softwares there are, I think each one has a different unique ability when it comes to what they provide. Sure, some of them just straight up suck, right? But overall, you have to use what's right for you. And it's not even what's the software capable of. It's not even that. For me, it's what am I using? What have I been using? What do I know how to use, right? A lot of this software isn't that easy to understand. So it's not what is the software capable of, it's how easy of use is it for you as the user, right? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Maybe not the bells and whistles, you know, but hey, this is what I'm using. I understand exactly how it works, so it works for you. My biggest piece of advice in this video is, if you have software and it's working for you, there's no point in switching it up, right? I feel like we have so many, you know, different things, you know, in play right now where it's this software, you know, 1 month, oh, everybody's using this software. Another month, everybody's using this software. Another month, everybody's using this software. And I even said this when I made the change from Scout IQ to Scoutly, was just because I'm changing scanning apps doesn't mean you have to. And I even had, you know, people over in Discord, friends that I've developed over the years say, hey, I still want to use Scout IQ, you know? I'm like, cool. If it works, if it works, don't fix it. There's no reason to make unnecessary adjustments in your business if what you're currently doing makes sense and fits into your business, right? So you're probably thinking, oh, Mike, what software do you use? Well, if I tell you what software, then all of a sudden, you know, oh, well, why do you use this software and not this software? But I'm going to tell you anyway, because listen, I don't care. It's just software to me, right? It's no big deal. I use what works best for me. Listen, you all know I'm not great with computers, all right? I'm getting a little bit better. I'm probably at like an intermediate understanding level of technology, but I use the software that I understand. Scoutly, my scanning app, right? You could use Scout IQ either. They're basically carbon copies. I just like Scoutly's trigger setup. Works great for my business needs. If you never want to do FBM, or even if you want to do FBM, you can use Scout IQ. It's whatever works for you. But for me, I use Scoutly. The next one, the big one that I think is the listing software, right? There's so many listing softwares out there. And you all will probably, you're going to type up comments right now, right? You're going to be like, that software is old and decrepit. Nobody uses that anymore. Guess what? I do, right? I use ScanLister as my listing software. I like the capabilities it has when I'm listing, and I've been using it now for well over a year, so I understand every little nook and cranny of the software. I can make it do things I need it to do, and it works for me, right? So you can all type up there, ScanLister sucks, use this, use that, use this. Cool, have fun. And then you're gonna wind up using on different listing software every single month. You're never gonna be able to get your workflow down properly, and you're gonna wind up losing your mind. All right, so we got the listing software out the way, the scanning software. Repricing, this is another one, right? Here we go again. I'm just gonna get everybody riled up this video. I use Reprice It. I sell media, right? I'm thrifting media. I don't need mins and maxes. I don't need all this fancy stuff some of these other ones have. Reprice It is so cheap and it works, okay? You can't set min maxes, Mike. You're going bankrupt, bro. You don't even know it yet, but you're already bankrupt using Reprice It. Listen, it's worked for years. It doesn't have all the fancy bells and whistles, like I said, but I don't need them, right? I understand how it works. If I needed to do a certain thing, I understand how to do it. It's what I understand. It's what fits my business, right? Now, Reprice It isn't going to work for you if you're doing like eBay to Amazon or something like that, where you can set the mins and maxes for each SKU. I get that, but for my business, Reprice It works. It's cheap. It's effective. I can't complain. So I think that covers the major three, but I do have another one. Refunds Manager. So basically, if an item gets lost at the warehouse, they create a case for you, and they take a percentage of whatever they find, right? So the other day, they found one of my items was lost at the warehouse. I got reimbursed like $12. You can try to find this stuff out on your own as a seller and create your own case, but having a service like that where they automatically do it every single month for you, and they only get paid if you get paid, I think it's kind of foolproof not to have something like that. And they've recovered me right around $150 now since I've been using them since the beginning of the year. So if I wouldn't have had that service, I never would have seen that money, because how can I find out, if something's lost in the warehouse? They run, reports and stuff in the background for you and create the cases. So basically put an extra $150. It's free every single month. And I think it works great, so that's what I use. But you don't have to use what I use. There's nothing wrong with, using this software, that software, this software. I mean, if I just had a sheet of all the softwares, right, it couldn't even be a sheet. It would have to be a book. There's so many of them. And sure, when new ones come out, you always want to try them. You always want to see, what are we doing to improve? That's my big thing in like the software market, is like, okay, well, what's our next step here? What are we doing to make it better for the people that are using the software? Because the software is always going up in price. So I'm always thinking ahead, like, hey, what are we doing? What are you going to do to help me out here, right? Besides, make me more broke, right? Oh, you get more of a tax write-off because we raised our price. No, I want features that make sense. So I kind of told you guys what I use currently. Sure, that can change in the future. If something comes out and it really has everything I need it to have, but until that day comes, it works for my business. And I don't want you to think that just because I use certain software, you have to use the same ones. One that's kind of been talked about lately is Books Pro, right? That's another one where it's got everything incorporated. It's got the scouting, it's got the listing, it's got the repricing. It's all built into one. Personally, I really haven't done much research into it, but there's people over in my Discord that use it and love it. And I think that's the thing. I think there's a lot of people that use everything, right? Some people love, you know, scan listers. Some people love go-to listers. Some people love inventory labs. Some people love the seller list. Some people love Be Cool. Some people love Aura. Some people love Channel Max. There's like a million different things, and that's fine. I just don't want you to use something just because somebody else use it. You figure out a program that works best for your business and you roll with that. Who cares what I use? Who cares what, you know, the biggest reselling YouTuber used? None of that is pertinent to your business because my business ain't yours. Your business ain't mine. That's why I wanted to make this video. So anyways, the bookmobile is out of commission, and unfortunately, they're probably going to total it out. So I got to go car shopping here, but that's whenever the collision center wants to, you know, actually look at my car. It's been almost a week now. Life sucks sometimes. You just got to roll with the punches. It could have been a lot worse, right? Somebody could have got hurt. I could be, you know, dead broke and not be able to afford another car. Thankfully, you know, life happens, and, you know, I got a little bit of money to be prepared for such, you know, emergency funds for when stuff like this happens. I'm glad I finally got a rental car. I spent 3 hours this morning. State Farm, Progressive, Enterprise, State Farm, Enterprise, State Farm. Oh my God. I need a VA. Next time I get in an accident, I'm hiring a VA just to deal with the insurance companies and the rental car companies, because I'm going bald as it is. And like, if I got to deal with this stuff for another week, like, it's never going to grow back. I'm just going to have to go fully bald, stone cold Steve Austin looking type. And Debs says I will look weird completely bald, but she don't have a choice, right? My head, my choice. If I want to be bald, then she's got to deal with it, right? You know, she don't like it. Too bad. Tough luck. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more used rental car book videos. Bye-bye.